My new free business masterclass about breaking through your business ceilings is so fucking juicy. You guys want to make sure that you are able to join us and access it. I reckon it's probably going to end up being about an hour and a half long because it is so good. My notes are so long. I had to refrain myself from just continuing on because I was like, Monica, this cannot be 3 hours long. But between the vibey images that I'm giving you guys and the really tangible information, it's going to allow you to really take a look at your own business and where you are potentially holding yourself back and where the gaps are in your business that you need to start working on so you can take things to the next level. So if you don't have your own business yet, but you want to have your own business, this masterclass is not for you because you won't get anything out of it. But if you do have a business already and you want to get your business to that next level, you want to expand things, you want to quantum leap things, whatever it is, make sure that you register. You can just do so via clicking the link in the description, and I will see you during the masterclass. So basically, this is like the common question that I get around why is it that when a guy doesn't like me, I like him? And when a guy is interested in me and like he's chasing me and he's planning dates and he's texting me, I'm like, ugh, this is boring. Like, I'm not into him. I want to break it down, obviously, in more of like a shorter synopsis of what is happening. So that you guys can understand it. So essentially, when we are growing up as children, our nervous systems become regulated and we normalize whatever is happening in our life. So if you grew up, for example, with a dad that was very emotionally unavailable, or he was avoidant, or he just like wasn't really there, what's happened is that for you, your nervous system is used to people not really being there for you. They're used to people not replying, like not emotionally being there. So like as an adult, that translates into not replying to texts, not following up with the date, not confirming the date, right? So essentially your nervous system is like, it feels normal to me to be experiencing this feeling of my feelings not being reciprocated, me not knowing how the other person feels, me not getting the attention, the words of affirmation, the love that I want. And so what happens is because that's your normal, whatever is normal to your nervous system feels safe. So even if you're sitting here and you're like, yeah, but Monica, I don't want guys that don't want me. Like, I want the guy that wants me. I want to be attracted to him. Like, I try and tell myself, like, be attracted to him. It doesn't matter what is happening up here cognitively. It matters what is happening here in your nervous system, somatically and through your body, because that is where you are acting from. This is why, like, the mantras are helpful, right? Because 20% of the signals are sent from your brain down to your body, but 80% are from your body up to your brain, from your nervous system to your brain. So 80%. So if you're missing focusing on your body and what your nervous system is telling you in these situations, that is 80% of the fucking equation, right? So still do the mantras, still tell yourself the important things, still change the narrative around dating because that's still good, right? You're still doing 20%, but let's also put some energy towards that 80%. So for when your nervous, so start again, when your nervous system has normalized this kind of avoidance, emotional unavailability, emotions not being reciprocated, because that is what you've grown up with from your dad, let's just say, but also it could have been from your mom. It could have been from both. What then happens is everything that is in your comfort zone is safe. And whatever is in your comfort zone is things that you've experienced before. And what you've experienced before is this emotional avoidance. These kinds of people, your dad, that wasn't there for you the way that you wanted them to be there for you. So that to you is safe, it's normal, it's predictable, and it's comfortable. Now, what we have to understand is that it doesn't matter what you want. It matters about your primitive brain being like, I am not going outside of my comfort zone. And if you haven't trained yourself to feel safe to go outside your comfort zone, if you haven't changed your nervous system to feel safe to go outside your comfort zone, and you don't actually know how to hold the safety and the growth and the evolution with relationships and dating or with anything, if you don't know how to hold it at the same time, then what happens is that even though you can want to date a different guy, you just fucking don't. You keep going after the same fucking guy. And this guy is the one where you're interested in him, but he's not interested in you. And instead of being like, oh, like this is not a vibe, I'm going to walk away. You can't walk away. Like you might try, you might be like, Monica, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't engage, stop texting him, like delete his phone number, block him, like do not engage, do not engage. But then you have a fucking weak moment and you're texting him again. You have a weak moment and you're saying yes to the booty call. And you're doing this not because you are weak, not because you are broken, but because this is what your nervous system is simply used to. Because when you're a child and your dad isn't there, dad isn't emotionally there, when he then finally, and that's what you're used to, right? So you've learned to cope in those moments. When he is then finally there, you're not necessarily then like, nope, dad, I deserve better. Like, this is not how we're acting. You need to, like, a child doesn't know how to do that. What does the child do? It runs into daddy's arms. Yes, finally, daddy. And the nervous system relax and it feels safe again and it feels good. So what can then happen is if you continue to engage in these kinds of situations, this is where people can then find themselves in trauma bonds because the lows feel low when they're not getting the attention that they want. They're not getting the love they want. Maybe they're being spoken to in really, really mean ways as well. There's gaslighting, there's manipulation, there's other kind of unhealthy behaviors and habits that are happening. And so in those lows, they feel really fucking low. But in the highs, it feels so fucking high because of that contrast. And what happens is our brain remembers the highs. Our brain doesn't remember the lows, right? That high feels emotionally like a much stronger memory than the lows. And we are designed that way for a reason, because if we've nearly gotten killed going to get our berries from the bush or going to kill a deer for dinner in the wild, we were nearly killed, that would prevent us from going to the bush and getting berries again or going and killing another deer for our family's dinner. So our brain is wired to make sure that when traumatic things happen, like you not getting, like those lows of them talking badly to you and being emotionally abusive or manipulative or not texting you back, whatever kind of extreme it is, those lows don't feel as low once you feel that high. And you ride that high and you become fucking addicted to the adrenaline, because adrenaline is very addictive by nature, right? It's very, very addictive. And so you become addicted to the adrenaline where it doesn't matter whether you tell me, why am I engaging with these guys? I don't want to engage. I want to be with the guys that like me. I know you want that, but what has to happen is that you have to do the work to reprogram your nervous system so that your mind isn't just doing the speaking, being like, don't do it, don't text them. What happens is, what changes is your nervous system then allows your body to be like, I don't want to engage with this guy anymore. And it's hard to describe, but I posted a client's win around this like maybe a few months ago, because she like wrote me a message and it was so perfect. And basically she was like, I now get what you were explaining to me of like, you will get to a point where you just don't want to engage in this anymore. It didn't matter how much she was telling herself. We had to wait. We had to do the healing. We had to reprogram her nervous system. And then she sent me a voice message one day around this guy that she was like engaging with. And she was like, I just like don't want to engage with him anymore. Like I don't even have to tell myself don't engage. I don't have to tell myself I deserve X, Y, and Z. I'm literally physically, mentally, emotionally unattracted to this behavior. And that is not a reality that you can make up and lie to yourself about. We've all fucking tried it. We're women. We've all tried it. This is something that you have to be able to heal in your body in order for that to actually become your reality.